Should the Mets be making an all-out effort to bring DJ over to Flushing, regardless of whether or not there's even a natural fit there?
I like DJ LeMahieu as a player. I think he fits great with that Yankees roster. But with this Mets roster, I just really don't see it. I don't love the fit. And no, I wouldn't just bring him over and just try to fit him in and throw him in wherever he works, because we've talked about this. The lineup versatility that the Mets have is not great. And you bring in a guy who, look, he has some versatility. He can go to third base. He can obviously play second base. If you want him to play first base, eventually he might end up there anyway. That's all fine. But he's not going to be a great defender really at any of those other positions. So for me, I don't love the idea of bringing him in and sticking him at second or third, because you already have kind of an issue with, okay, Alonso or Dom. We don't even know if there's going to be a DH. If there is no DH, does Dom play left field for you every single game? Because that's the only way you're going to get his bat in the lineup if you have LeMahieu as well. Because you're going to have McNeil in there. So there's your second and third baseman right there. Now you just try to figure out, okay, where else am I going to put some guys? That would be a really tough ask.
I mean, DJ LeMahieu is a great hitter. And, you know, he's a better defensive third baseman than J.D. Davis. I could make the argument, I think he's a better defensive second baseman than Jeff McNeil. And he can play both positions better than what you have right now for guys penciled in. MVP candidate last 2 years with the Yankees, batting champ National League, batting champ American League, hits to all fields, can hit with power as well. Remarkably clutch player too. I mean, remember last year when we were talking about the Mets, how many times they failed situationally in the first 30, 35 games of the regular season? You look at DJ LeMahieu, he's a tremendous situational hitter. He's great with two outs, men on base, and he's a guy that Yankee fans right now would sign on the dotted line and say, I need a guy to get in from second base. Who do I want up at the plate? It used to be Derek Jeter. It's now DJ LeMahieu.
If you were the Mets, and if you're only going to be able to get, let's say, one of these two players, whether it's LeMahieu or George Springer, who are you picking?
You don't pass up getting DJ LeMahieu. This guy was the MVP of the New York Yankees for the last 2 years. Moose just explained very well all that LeMahieu does with the bat. He's a clutch hitter. He gets those guys in when they're in scoring position. And also, it's a little blow to the crosstown rivals who want to keep LeMahieu, rightfully so. Look, he's a better third baseman than J.D. Davis. He's a better second baseman than Jeff McNeil defensively. He can play anywhere in the infield, and he gives you a bona fide quality all-star right off the bat. You find a place for him. Do you still need to fix center field? Yes. Do you do it with other Met infielders? God, no. You find other outfielders that can plug in that hole. George Springer is a perfect fit, but he's my 1B to DJ LeMahieu. He's my 1A. If the Mets have any shot at landing this guy, you land him, and you land him now.